outside world and that we keep things in-house, just like a conversation with a player. Like, I'm never gonna talk to you guys about a private conversation I had with a player, because that's between us, and that's the same thing, with a play. Like, nobody really needs to know in those scenarios, and all that matters is that we know, and all that matters is that we get better from whatever we did from it. If the play worked, we get better from that. If the play didn't work, we get better from that. And this whole team, like, our third core value is accountability.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Lil Brunson back at you with the back at you, and I'm the best reporting on the Eagles. Before we get into the meat and potatoes, gotta let you know that this video was brought to you by Print Champs. Big Print Champs in the building, bringing you everything you need: hurt season hats, ski masks, Howie tees, all of that stuff, man. Use code Bullyton at checkout. Make sure you tap in with the gang for sure. This is I've realized something during the course of this season. This was a really eventful season for me, regular season for me, as a content creator, because I noticed a lot. I noticed a lot about Philadelphia Eagles fans, and I noticed a lot about, just our thought process in general. As a fan base, we tend to overreact a lot. We overreact a lot, and, we get emotional with the highs and flows of the game, and we expect these players not to do the same. I think that's kind of unfair for these players. You know what I mean? For us to operate with our emotion and us to say crazy stuff like "fire Nick." That's the train I was on last week. You know what I'm saying? For us to say, crazy stuff like, this team is done. You know what I mean? That's how I was feeling last week. It's highs and lows through every season, man. And the playoffs are different from the regular season. Once you get in the playoffs, you have ultimately given your chance to win a Super Bowl. There has been wild card teams that's won Super Bowls before. Number one seeds won Super Bowls before. You're playing with a team like you're in a unique situation when you think about this. You're playing with a team that just was in a Super Bowl last year. Like, none of this territory is new for us, for real. It's not new for us, man. And just listening to AJ the last couple weeks, listening to Nick Sirianni the last couple weeks, one thing that I'm starting to realize is this: we don't know. If you're not inside that building, if you're not there when the play is being called, if you don't know what the direction is from the call, and this is content creator wide, this is everybody, journalists, everybody. You could see the game, you could watch all 22, you could do all of that fancy stuff, but you just don't know. And what do I mean by not knowing? We didn't know that Jalen Hurts in the offense audibled, against the Seattle Seahawks. We don't know that type of stuff. We don't know that information. All we know is that the play didn't work and we were upset. We don't know. We didn't know that A.J. Brown was seemingly okay with the run that Jalen Hurts. He was more so shaking his head that we didn't pick up the block and execute it. We don't know. We just were upset with the play call. And that's what we got to be mindful of, man. Sometimes as fans, you just don't know. You don't know what's really going on for real. But everybody this is what makes us fans, and this is what makes our connection with our players in Philly so great. We all got one common goal. We all want to see each and every one of these guys do great, and we all want to do great as a city. So, Nick's press conference, he talked about, keeping things in the building. It really was not for us to know what the play call was, or really, that's not none of our business. In a nutshell, that's what I got from that. And Nick Sirianni is always going to back the players because he enjoyed when coaches did that for him. Sometimes you just don't know. It's two options for the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's in the playoffs, in the wild card round. There's two options. You either could get that home game and probably play the Green Bay Packers, or you go on the road and you play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No playoff game is easy. No playoff game is easy. You know what I mean? I just was thinking about this, but I saw Vach Lombardi talking about this. No playoff game is easy. Look at these guys' record in the last 5 weeks. Look at the record of the Green Bay Packers in the last 5 weeks. Look at the record of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the last 5 weeks. Those guys have been finding ways to win games. finding ways to win games. We've been finding ways to lose games. No playoff game is easy. You know what I mean? Everybody about to have their hands full in the first round. I'm telling you that right now. Everybody about to have their hands full in the first round in the NFC playoffs. So we got to just be ready and be prepared. If we sit in our starters, that means we looking forward to going on the road. If we come out there and play our starters and beat the brakes off the Giants, then we are trying to not leave our bed and be comfortable there. So you got options here. You got options here. You definitely got options here. And, you know, who do I feel more comfortable playing? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Green Bay Packers? My answer is either one of them is fine because the Philadelphia Eagles not going to be a one and done. The Philadelphia Eagles will not be a one and done. I don't feel like it's going to happen. You know, so for all the trolls and all the haters that want to click this part of the video, get to about like the 5 minute and 20, get to that mark. I don't think we're going to be a one and done. I don't think so, man. When you got a championship pedigree, when you got guys who've been there, when you got guys who have rode the highs and the lows. Listen, this Philadelphia Eagles team, Jalen Hurts was on the roster when we was 4-12, when he ultimately had to take over. This ain't the first time Jalen Hurts dealt with adversity in the NFL. This ain't the first time. Kelsey been in 2 Super Bowls, he 1-1. Fletch 1-1. You got guys that have been there. AJ was in a Super Bowl. Smitty, you got guys that have been there. One win can start a run for a team that's as experienced as the Philadelphia Eagles. That win is going to come against the New York Giants, and I feel sorry for whoever we got to see in the first round because we're way better than the Green Bay Packers, and we're way better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then you beat up on them. Now you taste blood. Now you taste blood because when you beat up on these guys, either the Green Bay Packers or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you got real ops now that you owe something to. You owe dollars. You owe the San Francisco 49ers. You owe them something. We owe them a date. We owe them. You know what I'm saying? And they don't want to see us again. They might act like they do because how it went the last time we saw those two teams, but I don't think they want to see us again. I don't think so. So I like how this is going for the Philadelphia Eagles. I feel in really good spirits and just in good. I'm very confident about my team because after this week, everybody's going to be 0-0. 0-0. I don't think this team is looking past the New York Giants because you still got to go out there and grab this 12th win. You still got to go out there and handle your business. We're not looking past it. We're not looking past them. We need to beat them to make sure we put the pressure on the Dallas Cowboys to go out there and play their guys. We can't lay down and give it to them and just say, well, we're going to go play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers even got to win. You know what I mean? So it's for them to even be the opposition. So who knows how it's going to turn out. But at the end of the day, I will tell you this. No win is guaranteed in the National Football League, especially in the playoffs. There's no guaranteed playoff wins in the National Football League. You know, so we got a lot to think about, man, because we got 2 possible opponents. But, you know, today is Friday. Sunday will be here in a jiffy. And the Philadelphia Eagles will know who they're playing in a few hours, man. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, in a few days.